Hey everybody, I just wanted to reach out. I've never done one of these Facebook Lives, so I thought I would try it. And one of the things that I've noticed lately is there's just a lot of people living, in a lot of fear. And when I got to thinking about it, I was thinking, I really don't live in a lot of fear. And so I thought maybe I'd just, let you guys know some of the things that I do to not live in fear, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it'll help somebody you know. I don't know, but there's just a lot of that going on, and I just really want to see people, happy and not living in fear and not afraid of what's to come. There's a lot of things. You just never know what could happen, so there's no need to live in fear like that. So I kind of broke it down into the 5 ways that I don't live in fear, and the first one, and I think probably the most important one, is turning off the news. That is just such an important thing. Just let me ask you this. Have you ever turned it on and they said, hey, yeah, nothing bad happened today. I'm just going to go ahead and not report anything. We're going to say, I don't think anything bad's going to happen tomorrow either. No, that's never happened. Their job is literally to keep you watching. And to keep you watching, they put you into a fear mindset. This is going to happen, that's going to happen. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen if this happens? Blah, 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 blah. So I know that a lot of you probably think, well, I have to know what's going on. Well, guess what? No, you don't. You don't have to know what's going on. So when I was a kid, that's what I was going to say too, is if it's something that big, if there's a big major issue going on, a big major thing happening, then someone is going to reach out and tell you, hey, the world's ending, right? I mean, they're going to. So when I was a kid, I knew everything. I mean everything. I knew all the politics. I knew all the news. I knew everything. I didn't have to open a book in government class because I just knew it all. Just sat there and I watched the news every night. Even my friends would sit there and say, why are you watching the news? That's weird. Like, when I was like 12, 13, they're like, what are you doing? Anybody who knew me then, you may remember that you were always messing with me about watching the news. And I'd sit and listen to talk radio with my dad, and I knew everything was going on in politics, everything was going on in the news. I even read the newspaper. Yes, the newspaper. There weren't a lot of places in Southern Oregon in the 90s with internet, but so I read the newspaper. I could win any political argument, any argument about anything that was going on in the world. And when I say win, I mean win. Does anybody ever really win a political argument? No, that's just useless energy and mental energy and just useless time wasting to argue about politics. You're never going to change someone's mind. They're going to think what they think, and you may influence things a little bit, but it's not worth your time, your energy, and your mental stability to argue with people about politics. But anyway, the point is that I knew everything. I knew everything that was going on. Everything, blah 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 blah. Every single thing was going to be the end of the world. Oh, well, that was the other thing too. It was like I knew everything that was going on, and I was a very angry little human being. Anybody who knew me back then probably would remember that I was angry, but if I'm honest, it was probably more of a fearful human being, because everything that I watched, everything that I saw, everything that I knew everything about was the end of the world. This guy gets elected, America's done. That's it. We're done. This law gets passed, that's it. We're done. America's over. Oh my gosh, if this obscure country attacks this obscure country, then we're done. That's it. Can't, we're not going back. It's going to be World War III. You might as well just send your kids to the war now so we can get it over with. And all that time, from the time I was like 9, 10, 11 years old till I was in my probably late 20s, early 30s, I really paid so much attention to all this stuff, and none of it ever actually mattered. None of it ever actually affected my life. None of it. I can't think of a political person that's been elected that has affected my life directly. Yeah, no. policies change, things change, the atmosphere of the country and the political environment can change, the things like that. But it's not directly affecting your life unless you're in a government job that gets, cut or something like that. None of it has ever directly affected my life. Have taxes gone up and down a little? Yeah, but I mean, taxes are taxes. We're going to pay taxes. Sometimes they're going to go up on the people that make a lot of money. Sometimes they're going to go up on others. We're all just going to pay taxes. Just don't be living in fear and have a more positive outlook on life, and maybe you'll make more money and then the taxes won't matter. It's just another little thing that came to my mind. But point is I knew everything. And I was so angry and so fearful and so, just everything was the end of the world. And I feel like with the pandemic and everything, and I feel like one day it just hit me that this wasn't serving me. This wasn't doing anything for me. Like, literally, it was doing nothing for me except for making me angry and making me be able to win political arguments. Who cares? Who cares? One day I realized the news didn't do anything for me. No politician had ever done anything for me, so what did I care which one won or lost? Seriously, I know some of you are probably still very into politics. Has any candidate, winning or losing, especially the presidency, ever actually directly affected your life? Does gas prices go up a little, this, that, yes. But does your life really make that gigantic of a change because one person got elected over another? No. None of it really, truly matters in your life. That's the thing, it's your life. Does it affect some things? Does it? Yes, of course, okay, I understand. But none of it actually affects your life in any kind of a big way, okay? And we're Americans. We adapt, we change, we do what we need to do. That's what we do. That's part of being an American. So just turn off the news. Turn off the news. And since I stopped doing that, my entire life changed. I mean, for real. Like, my career got better. I focused more work. I met a wonderful human being that, I wouldn't have my wife and my beautiful family that I have now. My wife would have never been with that angry little man that I was before. She would have been like, ooh, why are you so mad about everything all the time? She would have just moved on. Because I probably would have too. And I definitely would now, if it was the opposite, if the roles were reversed. But point is that the news is made to make you live in fear. It's made to make you unsure so that you'll keep watching. So that's the big thing. They want you to keep watching. And if they make it so that everything's fearful and everything has to be this and everything has to be that, and oh my God, what's going to happen here and what's going to happen there, then they're getting you to keep watching. And I know these days it's not as simple as turning off the TV or not reading. I mean, nobody even has the newspaper anymore, really, but not reading things, not that. There's social media, there's some people still have emails coming to their inbox from different, news sources and things like that. And there's people at work too. It's inevitable. You're going to have to deal with people. I mean, if you're in a place where you're working from home now, then it's not as much as it used to be, but still some of you have to deal with that. Biggest thing on the social media is unfollow the pages and the people who are all about the news, all about political stuff, and the people who just won't stop talking about politics or fear or just things that don't make you feel good. If they're constantly talking about things that don't make you feel good, then unfollow them. It's that simple. It really, truly is that simple. Just unfollow them. I've unfollowed some very close family members, still love them, but posting constant political things, posting things about abused animals, about this, that, all things, abused animals, that's very sad. But do I need to have stuff about abused animals shoved into my mind every couple hours, every single day? No, that's not helping you. Yes, it's out there. And if that's a big thing for you, and I mean, I wish that wasn't a thing, but it is. And if it is a big thing for you, then instead of wasting your time being fearful and watching the news and doing all those things, then see if maybe there's something you can take that time and do something about that, right? But posting it on social media isn't that thing, okay? It's not fixing it. So see if you can fix it. And that goes with everything. Everything that you're thinking, well, I have to know this or I have to know, then try to do something about it rather than just living in fear, okay? So social media, you know, I follow a lot of, now I have a couple thousand friends on social media, but if they're negative, I either unfriend them or unfollow them. You know, I follow a lot of pages about my industry. I follow a lot of stuff about outdoors, rivers, hiking, off-road trails, you know, things like that, things that I like doing. Just a lot of positive stuff, you know. It's some of it's a little frou-frou and oh yeah, like think your way to the top and blah, you know. And I don't believe all that stuff. You have to work, you know. You have to. There's things you have to do. You can't just think your way to success. But point is it's all positive things. It's very, very, very rare that I see anything negative on my feeds on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of that kind of stuff. You know, it's very rare that I see anything negative on there. Now, all that said, are there negative things going on in the world? Yes, there are. There are definitely negative things going on in the world, and it sucks. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. But you sitting and living in fear and telling everyone around you how they should be in fear, and all of these negative things that go through your mind, especially if you've been in areas where things are still kind of locked down and you're still stuck at home a lot, I don't blame you. You have nothing but time to sit and watch this stuff and be afraid. Well, turn off the TV, turn off the social media, unfollow that stuff. The emails, that one's simple. Just unsubscribe to anything that doesn't make you feel good. If you don't need it for work, unsubscribe. It's very easy. Just hit that unsubscribe button and you're done. So, other things to do instead, read some books. Turn off the TV, read some books, listen to some good podcasts, listen to, you know, things that you're interested in. If you like the outdoors, listen to stuff about the outdoors, read about the outdoors. If you want to get better, read some good books about betterment, getting better, whether it's mentally, physically, relationships, things like that. Get on Amazon, order some books. Take the time to do that. If you've got lots of time on your hands, do that. You'll come out of this thing way better, way more prepared, and maybe you'll just figure out something that you want to do, you know, from home, and make something so you don't have to go back to a job. I mean, that'd be great. But anyway, you know, this went on a little bit longer than I was thinking. I've got 5 things that I'm looking at for me that are how I don't live in fear. That was the first one, turning off the news. So number 1, turn off the news. I'll come back tomorrow with I think the other ones won't be as long. We'll come back tomorrow with a couple of them, and you know, I know people don't like to watch long videos anymore, so I'll come back with that. And until then, I mean, I hope this helps. You know, the way I look at it is, even if it helps 1 or 2 people, then it was worth saying and worth doing. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a great day and everything's going well for everyone. We'll talk to you soon.